Hello, welcome. I'm so glad to have you here. Um, we are here today to discover how we should take over our inventory. So I want to believe I'm speaking to the right person. So you are here because you sell physical products. So either you produce or you sell, or you buy and sell, and you are having issues with managing your inventory. You find it difficult to track your inventory. Maybe experiencing theft. You don't even know whether you're making profit or loss. So you want to discover how that can be done. And if possible, learn the accounting software or inventory management software to use to able to control your inventory. So I believe I'm talking to someone like this. And that if that is you, welcome. Okay. In this short webinar discussion today, you'll be able to understand what it means to track your inventory. I'm going to show you step-by-step process of tracking your inventory. I'm also going to show you a very wonderful accounting software that will help to transform your inventory, then guide you on what next to do to be able to achieve this particular objective of being in control of your inventory. Meet me. My name is Okamakami. Sorry, I'll be moving myself so that if it's covered, I'll be moving it. My name is Okamakami. I'm a chartered accountant, and I've been working for 9 years in accounting. Okay. I'm so very much passionate about helping small business owners like you manage their inventory. So I'm an inventory management expert, and I also help small business owners to keep good records. I founded the Light Accounting Clinic. It's a bookkeeping firm and school. I have trained over 1,000 business owners, okay? Everything I do on social media, outside social media, is helping small business owners to track their inventory and keep proper records. My Facebook name is Ami Zokamaka. Although I'm more active on Facebook, I'm also active on Instagram, but I have more people on Facebook. My Instagram is the Light Accounting Clinic. What I do is accounting, what I do is inventory management, pricing, and all that. I'm a digital accountant, meaning with me, we don't talk about anything manual because you cannot keep accurate records with manual books. Okay? All right. Now, before we start, I want to make a very passionate appeal. I'm doing this recording in the night, and honestly, I'm getting disappointed with my alternative sources of supply. But I just want to do this. I've been postponing it. Please understand. So if at any point in time you stop seeing my face, understand that this is Nigeria and something must have happened, but I believe that it's going to stay. Okay, so what does it mean to track your inventory? Let's begin with that. People keep saying I cannot track my inventory. So what does it mean to track your inventory? It just means that you're able to monitor and have good record of movement of inventory, and you know the status of your product at each point in time. It means that you know what is coming in, what is going out, and what should be the balance. So let's say this is what you sell. Okay, so this is the product you sell. Okay, you will beat yourself on the chest and say, yes, I'm tracking this. When you can proudly say, I got 1,000. Okay, let me say, okay, today is what date again? Okay, let's say today, you can probably say that before the end of this month or on the 31st of October, I had 50 of this. And within the October, I was able to purchase more 100, and I sold 80. This is the balance. If you can clearly say this, then you know you are tracking your inventory. Now, when you get to the warehouse now, and this part, let's say you sell this, and this particular product is remaining 200, and you have no doubt that it's 200, then it means you track your inventory. Okay, so to track your inventory means you are monitoring. You have record of how the inventory is coming in and going out. All right, you know that this is 50. When they say this is 50, that is the status. You know, yes, it's 50. You know that this one has expired. You know what is happening along your within or around your product. Okay. And tracking your inventory will help you to achieve what we call optimal inventory level. Most people pride with sold out. Sold out could be a very terrible business structure. Because if you run a business that in accounting, there's what we call going concern, a business that that is alive, that is moving, we want it to continue to move, and you sell this particular product, Why will you come and announce that this is sold out? Like, business does not end. If you notice that this is 10, this is getting to 10, you can't restock. Except you're doing it for one marketing need or the other. But most times, sold out is poor structure. So understand, when you say you are sold out, is it that you just want to make noise, or you want to, or maybe, unless if you don't want to sell this again. But if you still want to sell this again, there's no need announcing sold out. As it's finishing, you're getting another one. So knowing your optimal inventory level means knowing how many inventory you should have at each point in time. You know your reorder level. It will help you to, when you track your inventory, it will help you to avoid stock out, unnecessary stock out. You won't be able to overstock. So many of you say you don't have money, but when we get to the shop now, we see so many items lying down. Maybe customers are not even demanding for them again. You overstock it. So if you're able to track your inventory, you won't overstock, you won't understock, because tracking your inventory also entails monitoring how customers are buying from you. You're able to know when this item is getting finished, you go and buy another one. Okay? I hope that is very clear. All right. Let's continue. Okay, so in this particular session, let's learn step-by-step guide on how to track our inventory. This is one major issue most small business owners have. I cannot track my inventory. So what should you do to track your inventory? Number one, have a good mindset. Have that mindset that is doable. Most times it gets me surprised how most small business owners will say, Amaka, you don't understand the kind of inventory that I have. It is not easy to count. It is not easy. And I'm like, okay, let's say you sell jewelries, different designs of jewelry. There's so much, and you import these jewelries from China. That place you're importing it, you are just a customer. Now, if you can, let's say you were able to buy 340-feet container of a particular product. Like, you are just one person buying from whoever you are buying. Those guys, they also have other customers. Now, will you tell me that when you go to China to buy, they don't count? No, they do. The only difference is that they have to identify the technology that will help them to track their inventory. That is the difference, and that is what I want you to understand. So there is nothing that you sell or material that you use for production that you cannot track. So have that mindset that you can track your inventory, no matter how tiny, no matter how big, no matter how massive they are. You can't do it because your supplier, the producer, is doing it. Okay? That is number one thing I want you to understand. Don't say it's not doable, it's doable. Then, if you want to track your inventory, you have to organize it. Like, you have to organize your products, whether it's raw material, whether it's finished product. And how will you organize it? We're going to go practical now. All right. So, organizing your inventory has to do with physical and digital arrangements and structuring of your inventory in a very systematic, orderly manner. What does this mean? To track your inventory, you need to organize it. So digital arrangement has to do with, number one, you have to categorize your inventory, what you sell. Now, when you get to the shop now, you see so many items that you have there. Can you please categorize them, classify them? So this is a cream. This is my face cream. Now, assuming this person sells this person sells skincare products. How can this person classify this? This person can classify this by maybe face cream, body cream, hand cream, something like that. Tablets, this, that, liquid, This person also decide to categorize based on brand. Do you understand? So the question is, how can you easily classify the items that you sell? Okay, let's say you sell clothes. So do you want to classify them based on age, like 0 to this, that? You know your items. You know what you sell. Okay? Maybe you sell wine. You want to classify based on whiskey, based on this. Classify your items. Many of you already know your category, but if you don't know, look at the items as you're seeing them. How can you group them? How can you group these items? That is what it means to classify. Then when you are done classifying them, The next thing you should do is to do what? Label or name all the items under each category. All right. So let's say that this person decides to categorize based on where some of these items will apply. Let's say he has a category that is called face cream. So under this face cream, this person is okay. Name all the items. So this one, let's say, okay, this one is, let's say, Carasonic, wherever, person will put it there. You bring another face, all the face creams that you have, you write them under that category of face cream. Your body cream or your lotion, maybe a person also have lotion, whatever, you put all the lotions based on your classification. Okay, so if you have classified, you have whiskey, you have put all the whiskey, you have this, the class, after you have classified, list all the items under each classification, under each category. That is what you will do. Now, as much I know that there are some items that are not easy to name. For instance, if you sell thrifts, the bell, if you sell bell thrift, it is easier because I believe each of your bell have a unique name for them. But if you sell retail, honestly, sometimes retail can be tiring. That is why you need a help. If you sell retail thrifts, so you go and buy one bell and you open. There are so many clothes there or shoes depending on the bell that you have. Sometimes the item may be so that's like so unique that you won't be able to easily place name on the clothes. Like if I come to buy a krikana, we're calling it thrift. Maybe what I'll do, I'll just look and say, please give me that black one. Yes, I need that black one. Give me that one. So it may not be that easy for you to name. And that is where you will now have to come up with how will you identify this item? Is it by the color? Is it by code? Most times, thrift, you can number them. But one thing I believe is that, because from my investigation or from my interaction with people that are into that type of business, he said that when you open it, I believe you don't sell all the items the same price. There must have been a way you have grouped the items. I will sell this one 5K, I will sell this one 10K, I will sell this one. So that grouping is your first, which is classification. Okay, so then all those ones you have brought out that, okay, I want to sell these ones higher price. Can you, even if you miss name, putting a code like naming their one, two, do you understand? You can give the classification your own unique name. Do you understand? Then I name them. Practically, we illustrate how that can be done. I usually, when I'm in a paid session or one-on-one, but with this, I believe you understand what I mean. So if you sell items that have name, is easier, classify, then list the names of all the items under each classification. If the item is not so easy to name, you already have your own way of classifying them, I know. Like thrift, you already have your own way of classifying, either by price or by how fine they are or by their design. Then you can then code them. Coding them maybe using name. Okay, you can say 01 or 002. Do you understand that kind of thing? So the classification may be group 1, group 2, then you now put the number there. Okay, if you have any more issues, you can in the during question time, you can put the question, okay? Then now that you've categorized, you've named the item. The next is, how do you sell? Define your unit of sale or measure. Please, whatever I'm telling you about products you sell is essentially with raw materials, but they're all inventory. Okay, so most times business owners, this item, let's say you buy this from your supplier and you buy it in carton, but you sell it 1-1. Your unit of sale is 1-1, not that carton. But sometimes if you buy it much, like you want to track it both on carton and unit, you can still do it. You define it that you sell piece and you sell carton, or you sell piece, you sell MOQ. Sorry, then even in your raw materials, maybe you buy back, but you measure in kg. So your unit of measure is what? Kg. It's very necessary that you define all these things because it's going to help you when you start choosing the accounting software to use. Then now you've done this, you have to put the cost and the selling price of the items. Most business owners don't know their cost price, especially those that are into production. If you sell, put the selling price. Now, I know that all the items that you have around in the shop, maybe you bought them at different prices. Okay, maybe because you don't need to wait till everything finishes before you buy. You don't need to stress yourself. For the first time you are categorizing, use a uniform cost price. Maybe you might decide to use the last cost price. Then your selling price is your selling price. Okay, there's nothing like old selling price and new selling price. Okay, so I hope you really get what I mean. You can use a spreadsheet to demonstrate this. Okay, just put the category, put the name of the item, then how do you sell it? Is it pieces? Is it, you define how you sell. Is it carton? If it is two, maybe you sell piece and dozen, you put this and that, okay? Then you state the cost price and the unit price. That is the selling price. If you can list your item that way, at least the one you have on ground, if you can list it that way, you've organized it digitally. The next thing may be, if you sell items, if you have so much items and they have a barcode, sometimes, for instance, when you go to ShopRite and some of these big malls, you see them scanning. We bring an item and scan. This is what they scan. I don't know if you're seeing it. This is what they scan. So during our deployment of software, sometimes we can also use this if there's so much that maybe trying to put their names, maybe if you have a good scanner, once you scan this, yeah, it will tell you the name. Okay, so you might also use barcode if you understand it. See, when naming your item, don't allow anybody to stress you like use code. That's why I'm being careful with code. If you know the name of the item, use the name. Name your item how you understand it. If a customer comes in, how will a customer ask you for this item? If the customer will please give me that yellow satin wrapper, that is the name. Yellow satin wrapper becomes the name. Do you understand? If you see this cloth now, if you sell this, what will you call it? If you call it Frey two-piece gown, that is the name. Do you understand? So, but if you want to now attach numbers to them that you understand it, fine. Then if you sell retail that already have barcode and you want to use, during practical sessions like one-on-one, we'll be able to understand that one. But this is the first thing you have to do. I don't want to waste so much time. Then you're also going to do physical arrangements. Many a time when you go to a business owner's shop, like you see how they're struggling to find an item, it's no good. You need to arrange your shop in such a way that you can just come in and decide to count. Yes, you can just come in and decide to count either a particular session everywhere. So there should be properly an orderly arrangement of the store. Don't say your store is too tight. What are building now, except if you have your own, if the building is yours, what are building now is always small. So you just have to use partitions to partition so many things, depending on the kind of item that you sell. Okay, if you will get a separate warehouse somewhere where you can arrange, then you now have a small shop where you display, fine. But what matters is that arrange the shop in such a way that each item has where they belong. Okay, then if you deal with barcode scan, you also get barcode. Do you understand? If you understand it. All right. So this is just a brief way of trying to organize your inventory. Okay. Now, the next thing you have to do if you want to track your inventory is, now I believe you have used a spreadsheet like Google Spreadsheet, Excel to digitally organize your inventory. You've already classified, you know the items, you have put their cost, you've put their selling price, you have already put how you sell them. The next thing is understand your inventory type and the movement. This is where most business owners have issue. Now, let me take you around. Identify your inventory type. So let's identify inventory for different types of business. There are businesses that are into production. Okay, so let's say you make cream. To make this cream, you buy your raw materials and use it to make the cream. So you have raw materials, you have finished product. There are businesses that buy and sell the finished product. So I come around to you go to the supplier and you buy this, or I buy this from you and I sell. So my inventory is the product that I sell. I don't have any raw materials. Okay. Now, again, before I forget, I know we have other type of inventory, like the inventory that you don't sell, you don't use for production, but you use it to run your business. Like if you're into production, maybe all those your machine oil, the toiletries you use in the office, and the stationaries, they're all inventory. But here, please permit me to focus on either the raw materials or the finished product. Okay. Now, there are also business that they produce the products they sell. They use that same product for further production. Okay. For instance, let's say that you make shampoo. You make shampoo. That shampoo you make, you sell it. You can still use that shampoo to make another thing, or to even offer service, something like that. Or let me give you another example. Let's say you make a hair cream. Yeah, let me use hair cream. You make hair cream, you sell the hair cream. That hair cream is still part of what you use to make your wigs. So you find out that this same hair cream is acting as a raw material to make wig, and a finished product that you are selling. Now, if you don't understand this, if you don't understand this, if you get an accounting software that will not allow you to remove the one you used to make wig, you have issue with tracking. Do you get? Now, there is also some businesses that they produce a certain item. I don't think I put it here. They produce a product. They don't sell that product. They just produce it and use it to do another production. Okay, so for instance, I have a client that she's into production of female parts. So there's this product that she used to package the female parts. She call it, I've forgotten the name. So but it's like a nylon. She's the one who makes that nylon. She used the nylon to package her pad. So that nylon is part of material for pad. In that regard, the raw material from nylon is a raw material. The nylon produced itself is also acting as a raw material. Do you get it now? Okay, so we also have business that they buy a product, they have to repackage before they sell. For instance, you buy branded peanuts. Okay, so you buy the peanut in bag, maybe in a very big bag or in paint bucket. Then you now have to repackage it into your own sachet before you sell. You package it and put your label before you sell. If I ask you now before now, what do? You say you do buy and sell, but honestly, you do mini production. Okay, maybe you buy some people that buy perfume oil in bulk also do this. So you buy the perfume oil in bulk. I've forgotten the name of that container. Then you now have to repackage it. You have to refill it with the small seal bottles. You do mini production. So now, if you get an accounting software that's like, okay, record how many you have purchased, like record the one you are selling. How will you record? Because maybe you got this item like this in 1000 ml. Okay, but you have to pour it into 3cl, 10cl, 5cl. So which of them now, if you record that you purchased 1000, and it's not that when you want to say it, it's a different thing that if you want to, let's say you want to sell now and I can come to the shop, you have 1000, I say, okay, pour 5 ml for me, you now go and pour. No, you don't sell it that way you bought. You have to pour it into, you pour cl, 3cl, and you just sell it as a bottle. If you have 5cl, I cannot come and say, give me 1cl. So you now have two different items. The bulk one you purchase is acting as a raw material to these ones you are now selling. So you need a system that can be able to track the two. So that if you have staff, you want to be sure that they were able to prepare or repackage this thing completely. And the pieces you've got or the product you've got after they have done the repackaging, that you have sold everything, that nothing is missing. I hope you are now getting to understand where you belong. Then there are also businesses that buy finished products. They sell some and use some to produce other things. Let's say you buy this cream. Okay, you use this cream, you sell it, you still use it to produce something else. People that sell hair, they buy hair bundles. You can go there and buy bundle hair. You buy a hair as a bundle. They still use the bundle to make wigs. It's not everyone that sells just wigs. Most of them, especially those of them that travel, they buy the hair in bundle. Sometimes they can also buy wigs. Sometimes they buy bundle. When they come, they use it to make their own wig. So now, you need a system that should be able to track the bundles you've bought, the one you sold, the one you use for wigs, and how many wigs that you have produced. You see it now. So when you don't understand this, tracking inventory becomes difficult. But I hope you now understand it. So list your own. Where do you belong? What type of business do you do? Okay. All these things I'm asking you is something you should be writing down because we are driving somewhere. To track your inventory, remember the initial definition. It is you being able to monitor and record the flow, the movement, the in and out of your inventory. So you can't track your inventory when you don't understand the inflow and the outflow. So how does inventory come in and leave your business? How is the movement of inventory in your business? You need to understand it. So inventory can come in or can go out. There can be an inflow, there can be an outflow. So let's say you're into production. How can inventory come into the business? When you buy the raw materials, and the inventory is coming in. After production, you bring the item, the inventory is coming in. Okay, customer bought items that have returned back. All right, so maybe you have like more than one warehouse or more than one shop, and this particular shop has transferred item to you that is coming in. Okay, the same thing with if you do buy and sell. When you purchase item, you are selling, inventory is coming in. When you let's say you do conversion, so you buy it in bulk and you have to repackage it. So those ones that you have repackaged will come in again. That is more like a production, right? When you purchase item, it's coming in. When customers return, it's coming in. Then when you do swap, let's say you sell phone. I don't touch my phone because I'm using it. So let's say you sell phone. Most people that sell phone, you can bring, if I've bought, some people they do, if you're my customer and I have this phone that I got from you, I want to change it. I can bring it to you, you collect from me, then sell another one to me. So we now do what they call counterbalance. So at that time that one you're accepting from me is an inventory because maybe you will sell it again. You know why you're accepting it from me, okay? So if you do that swap, so that one you're receiving is inventory that is coming in. Inventory goes out maybe when you sell, the one you use for production. Finished product you have removed for further production, like the bundles, the bundle, is it hair bundle or bundle of hairs you have used to make wigs? Is leaving. When you return back to your supplier, when items have damaged and you remove them, the item is moving. When you transfer to other location, so you have location you transfer, it's moving out. If you have trucks that you use the trucks to go and sell in the market, so you have to load from the warehouse to the truck. So from that warehouse to the truck is transfer, is moving out. From the truck again, we track, okay, to the truck is coming in, to the warehouse is going out. Because from the truck, they will now sell all these things. Okay, so you need to understand this flow. So what I'm saying is for you to track your inventory, you must understand how your business runs, how you run your business, how the flow of activities, the flow of inventory activities in your business, you need to understand it, okay? Then the next thing is to track your inventory, you must define the process and information you would love to capture during the tracking. Now, like I said, tracking inventory has to do with monitoring and recording. So you can't track inventory without recording. Now, and to track your inventory means you want to capture the right information. So if I want to track this item, remember, tracking it means tracking the movement. And one of the movement is purchases. So if I'm tracking the purchases, that's why I said tracking inventory has to do with capturing the right information, okay, necessary for decision making. And I said, I was using sales as an example. So let me say this particular item, I want to track the purchase. So why tracking the purchase? What do I want to understand? What do I want to monitor? I was okay. I want to know the name of this item, the name of the supplier, because I'm owing the supplier, so I need the name. How much did I pay? What is remaining? What is the cost price? When is the expiry date? These are information that I want to capture. Do you understand? So you need to define for each of your movements, what information would you capture? When customers have returned the item, what do you want to capture there? The name of the customer, maybe reason for returning it so that you know. Do you understand? That is the next thing you have to state. Understand the information. And again, you need to define what should be done and how that should be done. You see, most times you complain that your staff are not doing what you want them to do. But the truth is you have not actually communicated to them in the right way. There is a difference between, please, once items arrive from the supplier, count, and record. That is what should be done. What should be done when item comes, we should count and record. Now, how should that be done? To count this item, open the carton. Let's say they come in carton, open the carton, count what is inside, something like that, or count the item, check it with the invoice the supplier has given us, check with what you have requested, that kind of thing. You're explaining how that should be done. Then while recording, you now where you tell the person, use the software to record, please record the name of the product, record the expiry date, record this, record that. That is you explaining how that should be done. So all this is what we call systems, structure, defining what should be done, how that should be done. And again, there should be a policy that guides every activity. For a customer to return an item, there should be policy. Some policy should be well known to the customer, some are to guide your staff. Do you understand? So those in the warehouse that will receive these items, what should they do? Your policy could be, okay, this should happen. Okay, so you need to also clearly define this, because this has to do with, this is more like the foundation. You know, I'm a Christian, they say when the foundation is faulty, you understand what happens next. The rest just suffers. So you, the business owner, when the foundation of your business is faulty, you suffer it. When you employ someone and you don't tell the person what to do and how to do it, you will be the one that will suffer it. It should be clearly stated and signed by the staff. Okay? Now, all right, I've explained this. Now, when you have now done all this, this is the foundation. It is starting now. You have organized your inventory. The physical shop is now well organized. Everything, the goods are placed in the right place. Okay, you have a spreadsheet containing the category of item, all the items under the category, their cost price, their selling price, you know, all the necessary information about your item. You have there. Everything is well organized. You also understand your type of inventory. You understand the flow. The next is the tracking system. What should you use to track it? Remember, it has to do with monitoring and recording. So what should you use to now do this recording? What should you use to aid the monitoring? That is a tracking system. You can use software, that is the best. You can also use spreadsheet. See how I put my hand there? Spreadsheet means, spreadsheet is not accounting software, but if your item is small, for instance, if this is the only thing you sell, maybe you are the sole distributor of this, you sell this only, you can manage spreadsheets, but you can't get all the information you need. Yes. So also, if you are still starting and your items are not much, if you have more than 20 items, please avoid spreadsheet, get money and get a software. Okay, but manual, bad. Okay. In getting the software, which is the recommended, you need to get a cloud-based accounting software. We have desktop software and cloud-based. So desktop is the one that is installed just on the system. So this is my laptop. If I have a software that is just on this laptop, or maybe I have some local server that I've connected with maybe about a few other laptops, for us to use the laptop, I have to stay in the office, then we can use it. That is desktop. But cloud-based is like your Instagram or your Facebook. So even if you lose your phone, you can use somebody's phone to log in and access information. If you decide to log out today, anytime you come in, you still see activities going on there. So it's a software that works perfectly both on phone, and on laptop. So many of you go to Play Store to go and download one app, and at the end of the day, you still cry. You just have it on your phone. When you lose the phone, you lose all the information. It's part of desktop. So cloud-based works both on phone and on laptop, provided there is an internet connection. Any software that does not involve internet is not a cloud-based software, and it will never give you what you want. Many people can log in at the same time with a cloud-based software. Automatic and frequent updates. So you don't need to call me to come and do the updates. I don't need to come to the shop to teach you. From here, I'll be teaching you. Several devices can access it at the same time. Do you know how many people that are accessing Facebook? The same thing with cloud-based accounting software. Once it has capacity, once there is that capacity to contain those people, cool. Do you know how many people that are using different kinds of software, like Sage, ERP accounting software that I will recommend to you? So it can be accessed from anywhere around the world, provided you have internet connection. So when you travel, you're monitoring what is happening in the business. It has a real-time collaboration among team. I don't need to tell Chioma, please send your inventory data so that I can put the price there. Please send this thing to my email. No. You log in, whatever information you need to work that this person has to provide you with is already waiting for you. You don't need to call any staff to send you any information, because when you get a software, you can see everything. Several postings can be done at the same time. So your product have arrived. The inventory person is recording inventory that have arrived. Sales is going on. When somebody that is recording expenses is doing expenses. Different things happening at the same time. 10 of us can be doing the same thing at the same time, can be doing different things at the same time. Real-time reports. Like, you want to know your balance, you just go there and see it. You want to know anything. I want to know how many I've purchased for the month. You go there, I'm not calculating anything. It's there real time. Okay. Then before you get an accounting software, there are some things I would like you to note, please. Okay, so that you check with the one you have or the one you're about to get. Okay. So the accounting software should be able to handle your inventory movement as well. And that is why you are defining it, because you need a software that will capture it. So I buy this, I sell it, I still use it to produce other things. I need a software that I will be able to record how many I've bought, how many I've sold, how many I use for production. And that thing that I produce, which will also enable me to record it as it occurs. Not that maybe I want to use this for further production and I will just go to the software and do edit -4. What is -4? I should be able to tell the software this is one used for the production, used for production. Okay. When I'm bringing in item, I'm not just doing +10. I'm bringing item as either purchases or as production. That is it. Okay, so you need a software that can do that, and that is why you have to define it and understand it, so that when you're asking questions, you should clearly understand that it can do it. Then the software should be able to suit your process, all those processes you've designed, that information you want to capture. But again, know that accounting software is different from operation software. Do you understand? So operation software is the one that helps you to do your day-to-day operation. Like your human resources, you need a software that can use to track, do staff attendance, do this, do that. That is human resources, not accounting. Though ERP accounting software can perform some operations. Okay, but tracking information like that will help you in financial decision, you need it. Okay, and the software should also be flexible, that you can customize things on your own. Then you also have to consider the size and your business size and future scalability. Maybe you have one store now, but you know you can have 5 tomorrow. If you can't, get a software that as you're expanding, you're using the same software to do it. You can see all your different branches. You can track or monitor your different branches from the same software. Yes, ERP accounting software does it effortlessly, even if you have 50. Even if your item is 100,000. So you check your inventory size. So get a software that can allow you to expand. Okay. If they said if it's above 10,000, contact us. Ensure you understand the contacting. Now, understand the scale of your employees. So if you have people that are not knowledgeable enough, which means you have to train them, then integration needs. If you have e-commerce, check whether the software can be integrated. If you can not integrate it, you can ask the easiest way to integrate the two of them. Okay, though ERP accounting software, once the software is built on WooCommerce, you can integrate. Check your security of data here. There are so many software out there. So you need to ask questions on the one, not the one that you get today, tomorrow it will crash, okay? But it hardly crash. I'm yet to hear a good accounting software that crash, but I know it can crash anyway. Then what are the reports you want? Because tracking your inventory means you need to get a good report. So you want to get a report on, at least if you sell 500 items, you need a software that can be able to tell you that, oh, this particular one is the high. This is the best. This is one that customers are now demanding now. Okay, at least the performance of each item. You need a software that will show you the profit. So you need a software that if you sell on credit, the software should be able to give you the ledger of customers so that you can know what each customer is owing you at any point in time. So you understand the pricing is very important, because the software can be so great but very costly. Some are priced in foreign currency, so understand all those things. But your major concern should be on subscription. Okay, because getting a software for the first time may be costly. The experts will put their own charge and all those stuff. But concentrate on the next subsequent. When you're taking a child to school, and even then I wish to go to school, our major question is, what is the school fees after year one? Because we already know year one is costly. So your question should always be subsequent subscription, monthly or yearly subscription. You need to understand how it's being done. Some software we price by user, some we price based on number of users, the volume of inventory, number of locations. So you understand all these things, do your calculations. Some software will just tell you $2. We will not come there, you will not see this one extra. So you will not be seeing extra, each feature, extra amount. So understand all those things. Okay, though ERP accounting software is just one pricing, nothing added. And let me tell you the truth. No software will give you all these things. Like you want a software to track your movement. You sell physical product and you really need good inventory tracking. Please, you see free software, you see spreadsheet, let me not waste my time, day. So when you've gotten this software, when you have already understand the software, you have chosen this software, you need to train yourself. You need to train yourself and your staff. Good training, real-time training. Okay, so these are some of the tips you should know when it comes to training staff. Number one is train a staff by role. You have to first of all understand what each staff does for you. So let's say you have a cashier. What is the job of the cashier? What was this cashier doing before? So if this cashier was using spreadsheets or books, whatever the cashier was doing before with that spreadsheet and books should be what the cashier should be able to do with the system, but maybe in an automated way. Okay, so let's say that let me use one of my clients. What they do is they give customers invoice. After giving the customers invoice, they still transfer the invoice in a book. You get, or maybe your own is just the invoice. It therefore means you need a software that should be able to capture that exact information on the invoice, on the software, and even better. Do you understand? The automation here is now that you will no longer write invoice and still write in a book, because once you write invoice on the software will now give you whatever you want to do with that information on the book, the software will be able to do it for you automatically, because you're automating. The reason why I'm asking you to understand all these things is because, you're automating. Automating means you want to, this thing you're doing manually, you don't want to use a system to do it with little, with minimum human effort. You are not changing the way you run your business. So imagine that you sell on credit and you go and get a retail software that doesn't have that feature to allow you to sell on credit. You are messing your system up. So while training your staff, the training should be very practical. Okay, use real life data of the company. If possible, get the invoice booklet. So as they're writing how to write invoice, then they use the already written manual invoice to practice. Okay, and I believe as I'm teaching this, if you have ever used accounting software that failed, you understand now maybe why it failed. Okay, because see, one major reason why accounting software will fail is when you don't train well. Even you don't understand it, your staff don't understand it, it will fail. Okay, so there should be room for question, and whoever that is installing nobody should come and set up a software now and run away. No, the person should be able to be reachable. You set up a software that should be reasonable period of time to provide support. At least minimum of 3 months support should be provided. So, and while training staff, avoid long training hours. 2 hours per session is okay. So record the training where possible for future learning. Yes, let's say now you just train me for a day. At least if that training is recorded, I can easily refer back. And again, when you're bringing in sometimes your staff can just resign. If they even resign, the person will go to them and they will not come back again. That's what most of them do. So imagine you don't have a recorded training and you just brought someone. Maybe you may not be that efficient to train that person, because as a business owner, except if you don't have much people, your work is mostly to reconcile, to monitor. But if you have a recorded training, you just give it to the new person to watch and practice. You yourself can even listen to it and get in and know and refresh yourself on what you expect from this person. So the training should better be done in a separate environment, especially when you're training for the first time. Get a better environment. Staying in your shop to train can cause distraction. Okay, so you should have to use an accountant. Avoid using tech guys. Tech guys can build us accounting software, but accountants understand the principle. So use accountants. For instance, I don't just teach how to use a software. I start by teaching you simple bookkeeping. Because if you understand simple bookkeeping, I don't want you to use a software as if you are using, okay, enter here, enter here. I want you to understand why you should do this. So when I said enter this thing here, with the knowledge of bookkeeping I've taught you, already understand the reason why you should do it. Okay? All right. Now, the next thing you will do is, all right, sorry. The next thing you will do, I've already said it, that one easier way to make an accounting software fail for you is not to train yourself well, and also getting the one that does not suit how you run your business. Okay, so when you are now, you've already trained yourself, you understand how the software works, you need to plan and do a stock count. So when you count that spreadsheet, you've already has the name and other things. You now go there and attach the quantity of all the items. You have to go and you have to count your item. So while counting, especially for that first time, you can use experts, you can use your staff. But while using your staff, be careful, ensure you monitor, because if I want to steal from you, already, let's say this is 100. You can ask me how many did you count? I'll tell you 95. You record 95. And when you go, I'll go and pick it. I'll say, let me steal the last one before you start checking. Yes. I know why I'm saying this. I've gone to a business owner to monitor what is going on. As in before we set up a software, they were counting. The staff will count 1, 2, 3, 4. I said, okay, it's 10. They'll write 10. No check. And I was not asking the business owner, how are you sure that all these numbers they have given you is actually what you have? He was looking at me. Okay. So when you've counted, you've written down the quantity, you have to set up the software and upload the counted stock. So that information, you have to now upload it. And I know, though the information will be arranged based on the format that is approved by the software. Okay. So if you are deploying ERP accounting software for you, we give you a format. If you are deploying a free software for you, we also give you format. But whatever format has all this information that I'm telling you. Yeah. So when you upload it, the foundation has ended. It's now building. All these things I'm telling you is foundation. Like you've built it to, let's say, the linter level, they call it. So you've organized, you've done everything, you've uploaded. At the time you upload all your products on the software, you are done with with the foundation is now to build. Okay, so what next will you now do? This is where the tracking starts. Start a real-time, strictly, that's why I put that word strictly real-time data capturing, real-time data record keeping. See, before you get to this stage, before you get to the stage that all your item has been uploaded either by you or by the expert that you've employed, or more, you spend money, you spend time. Do you know what it means to list all those items? Maybe you give someone to help you do. Even if you give someone, maybe you have to use pen first of all to write them down, or you've stressed yourself. One of my clients that will be concluding all this, like, I'm tired, the items are so much. I said, okay, you guys should do it. I know of my client that has about 3,000 items. Like, you can imagine taking your time to arrange all those things, do everything, upload, and you now want to scatter it. No. To scatter it means, scattering it from here means that you are not recording real time. So you wouldn't want to go back to your former mess. You need real-time data entry. So what do I mean? From that day you've uploaded the inventory, everything that happens, okay, you have to capture it with the software. From that day, every purchases must first go through the software. Selling from the software. Customers is returning. Whatever that happens to the item physically must be represented or captured with the software. There is no mouth. There's not like I'll do it. Do it now. Emphasis on now. Don't leave it tomorrow, except there is a situation beyond your control. When one item arrives, don't say, let's be selling, just keep the invoice. No, confirm and record. And that is why you need people. Okay, so even if you have limited people, we're also going to help you to how you can do it, but you can still do it. Okay? You can't do it. Don't say you can't, you can. Because when you go to buy something, you sit down and your supplier, they will write invoice and give you. Yes, it's true that I'm not saying that maybe because you use the internet, when there's no network, you shouldn't sell. One of my clients, what he does is they still use their manual invoice, but as they're writing, they're recording. It's stressful if you want to do that. Or you can decide to use just the software to sell. But maybe if you have little hitches in network and you write manual invoice, immediately it's back, you do what? You record. And ERP accounting software even allow you to work offline when there is network fluctuation. And when there is network, when the network bounces back, it does what again? It synchronizes. That's why it's the best. So with ERP accounting software, you don't have reason, except maybe it's now power issue or anything. You don't have reason not to do real time. So the emphasis on real time. See, if you miss it, if you don't record your information real time, you start again. You start see this process, you start it again, and you may get too tired. Okay? All right. As you're now recording, sales is coming in, you're recording, this is happening. From time to time, periodic reconciliation. There are reconciliation that should happen daily. There are one that should happen weekly. You should do your reconciliation. Okay, so one major reconciliation you must do is accounting software will tell you the balance of each item, but you understand whether that is true when you count. And don't overstretch counting. I know that when I ask you now, when last did you count your product? I know that someone here looking at me have not done a complete stock count this year. I know someone that is listening and looking at me have not counted the stock completely this year. And if I ask you, say the warehouse is too big, like, okay, ask question, now how can you make it possible? Okay, so you can't physically list the quantity, compare with what is on the system. Any difference, you trace and investigate. Whether it is higher or lower, it should be the same. Sales reconciliation should be daily. Do other necessary reconciliation that you need to do. That's why you need people. There's one you should do and there's other people should do. But this is with software, few people can do it. I know what I'm telling you, it's so easy. Okay? Now that with this, at this place, I believe you've now captured your inventory. Everything is now flowing through your software. But you know that you are dealing with people. So there must be standard disciplinary measure that the staff will understand. See how this auntie is reading it. You understand it and sign. That you have to record this daily. When you don't record it, this is what will happen. Disciplinary measure that will be meted, because you've already given the staff the manual containing the structure of the business, what the staff should do, how to do it. So it is duty of the staff to now do it. So if you fail to do it after explaining to you, this is what I will do to you. Okay? Then inventory, protecting your inventory goes beyond accounting software and CCTV. That you have CCTV doesn't mean that something cannot go wrong. Like how many times do you have to now to be looking at the CCTV? Tell yourself the truth. When was the last time you sat down and watched all the CCTV footage of one day or 1 week? So there should be other controls that you need to put in place. So in my session, in our paid session, we look at what we do is we look at loopholes. For things to go wrong in your business, somebody is feeding a loophole. Now, something happened in the office one day. The reconciliation staff, see, that's why reconciliation is important, was reconciling one side. You know, reconciliation has to do with you check this side and you check this side and they're balanced. So this lady was only checking one side. Okay? She wasn't checking the other side. So the staff noticed it and started stealing from the other side. See how your staff starts stealing. When you employ someone, see how they start. The person will still small today. If you don't find that, they keep increasing. Before they steal, they will watch a loophole. The staff said she was stealing how much from this business owner. When I said, they said the business owner will not find out, except. So that except is the loophole. So we try to look at loopholes that staff can feed on to steal, or something can happen, even waste can occur. Then you create controls. Okay. Then one of the things I said you will learn here is how to know the profit on each item that you sell. And with what I've explained, you will know the each item that how to know it is simple. Record the cost of each item and sell. So when at the time of purchases, you record what you purchase and amount, and you are writing invoice or selling from the software. The system should be able to tell you profit. ERP accounting software will tell you profit on each item. This is an item. This phone is an item. This laptop is an item. If these are what you sell, once I buy, if I buy this thing now 15, let's at the end of the day, we sold 20 of this for today. ERP accounting software will tell us profit on this, just profit on this item that I've sold. We still go further to now tell us profit on the total daily profits, weekly or yearly, depending on what you want to go. So to track your profit, you have to track the cost of the item and sell of the item. Now, I want to introduce you to this an amazing tool called ERP accounting software. It's an amazing, amazing software. It helps you to, it helps you to track your inventory the way it happened. You buy what you sell, you into production, you use material to produce, you just buy and resell, you buy, repackage before you now sell. It will track in that process. Buying, the one you use for repackaging, the one that you've produced, you are bringing in again, and it's tracking it as they occur. It will tell you the one that is production, like it's going to show you everything, okay? Whether you use inventory to offer services, let's say you do you have SPA, right? So that's what it's called. So you want to track item you use to offer each service, okay? That is great. Does that too. You run hotels, you want to track your rooms. More those are bookings, appointments. So great. All right. Then you have multiple location and warehouses, fine. And you don't pay based on the number of warehouses. You only pay based on the number of people that will use the software. Okay, so there's no restriction on inventory size. Like I said, you can track up to 100,000. I know you don't have up to 100. There's no restriction, okay? It's very affordable, very, very affordable. It captures every inventory movement, like I said. It's a complete solution because it does even a bit of human resources, like it can help you track your lead, the leave of your staff, do appraisal, even the attendance, and so many things. Like practically, you need to see how it works. So permit me to show you around this wonderful tool. There's no point, I don't want to talk too much, so I want you to see practically. I want to illustrate to you how this will help you to track your inventory movement and even your money movement. Because as inventory is moving, is money. When you buy, is money you spent. When you sell, money is coming in. Okay, so let's practically do the illustration.